we are going to talk about the places and events that I would go and see if I had a time machine, specifically the TV-related places and events that I would go to if I had a time machine. I have chosen 5 different places, or times, I should say, that I would be interested in visiting if I had the opportunity. And I've ordered them by time. Some of these are places where I would just want to go and be a part of the audience, be sort of just to exist in the same time as when this was happening. And some of this is stuff where I want to go back and change something. And the first one of those, the oldest one, is going back to 1930 when Philo Farnsworth invented the TV. 1930 was the date of the first television broadcast. Philo Farnsworth is often considered the father or even the grandfather of television, but he wanted to use it for educational purposes. So when he saw that it had turned into a commercial property, he sort of wanted to disassociate with everything that TV has become. It's a bit of a toss-up what he would think of today's television, but he was certainly the very beginning of that. The second thing that I would want to go and see is an old show called Your Show of Shows. It was a variety show in the 50s. Actually, the reason that I would want to see Your Show of Shows is in part to be a part of the audience of this iconic show, but it's also to try and get them to save everything. This has a really similar problem to a lot of classic Doctor Who in that they threw away the film reels or they taped over them in some other fashion. We don't have it anymore. Like, it doesn't exist anymore because it's not around. Nobody thought it was worth saving. So I would want to go back, and if I couldn't convince the top dogs at that time to save the reels, then I would just steal them. So the third thing that I would want to go back to if I had a TV time machine is the series finale of MASH. It was a 2-hour finale called Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen. The series finale of the show is considered one of the most watched finales of all time. And I would just love to be a part of the audience for that. The fourth thing that I would like to go back in TV to experience is not really watching a show, but more being in a space while it was being made. And I would want to be working on the Warner Brothers lot in some capacity during the 1994-1995 TV season. This was the year that was the final season of Full House, and it was also the first season of the TV series Friends. It was also the first season of the show ER. Just a couple shows that wound up becoming something really, really great that I would love to see even just little pieces of if I ever had a chance. Alright, and then the fifth thing that I would go back to see or do is that I would go back to try and save a TV show called Canterbury's Law. It was a very short-lived TV series that starred Juliana Margulies as a lawyer. They originally ordered 13 episodes of the series, but only 6 were ever created because of the timing of the strike. So I really wish that there are a couple shows around that time that suffered due to the strike, but I definitely wish that I could go back and save this one in particular. The only thing I would be a little bit sad about is that in bringing back Canterbury's Law, I would be sealing the fate of the Good Wife. Juliana Margulies plays a similar character on The Good Wife that she did on Canterbury's Law. And I also love The Good Wife. Feels especially poignant now that, and that's where my battery died. Which in some ways is okay, because that was pretty much the end of the thing. I'll link to a couple different videos that I've made recently or not so recently on similar topics. If you guys like this type of video, this kind of topic, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be making more of these type of videos most definitely. Bye guys.